Yeah, Saturday morning. I was almost late for my own stream. We made it. We made it through another week. Everybody, give yourself a round of applause. Oh man. It was yeah, one of those weeks, man. You know how it is. Some of us had 2 weeks away from home. Dr. Elo, thanks for stopping by this morning. Hope you're doing well. I hope you had a safe trip. You're back at home and all comfy, in your own environment. Of course, you know how it is. We can manage anywhere. We're those type of people. Don't matter where we are, but it's always good after that, bit of a deployment. Getting back to that, that home base. Always feels really good, man, doesn't it? Had a week of just running around, just like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get things ready for this telethon that we're doing this weekend. Our station puts on a 6-hour telethon every year for the Easter Seals, the local Easter Seals Rehabilitation Center. I've been a part of that for the last 8 years, doing all the graphic look and feel for it. Our department puts together features for the adult and child ambassadors. We shoot what are called corporate ads for the people who sponsor the Easter Seals. They get a 30-second corporate ad within the show, and so we go out and yeah, I am glad you are home, dude. Glad you're home. Like I said, it's so good to actually be home after a bit of a deploy. Yeah, it's 2 weeks, but I mean, good. Get out. Get away from the computer. Get out from outside. Get away from, because you probably you were in like a classroom setting most of the time while you were over there. Trying to teach. Trying to train. We put on the Easter Seals telethon, and like I said, our department, produces a lot of the content for it. It's a 6-hour telethon, and there are in the segments, between each hour, during each hour, we have kind of an in-between segment, which is about a 13 to 15 minute kind of Didn't shave this morning. I wanted to, but I was tired last night. Both Tara and I were tired. We went to bed early, and man, I was like, oh, it's time to get up. I looked at my clock. It's like 7 o'clock. And I go on at 8. So I had to jump in the shower. Um, run down here, start setting up, and yeah. So I still my eyes feel like they're really still buggy. So, but anyway, these segments are about 13 minutes long, and I'm kind of the what do they call that? The cleanup guy. When the bases are loaded and you want to get all those runs in, you call in your cleanup hitter, and that's me. I'm the guy. Everything other than the guy that puts the videos into our system, right before I'm the guy that all the content goes through, my hands. Because I have to put together these segments, which include, an animated open, a set of, this segment is brought to you by yada 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 yada, and then it goes. Then there's, I do the transitions, and then it goes into what's a feature. And then there are these corporate ads and I got to put all that together in these segments. And sometimes people aren't ready. They haven't finished them. They haven't shot them in time. So it's like I'm always on that Friday because the telethon's on Sunday, and I would like a day off, on Saturday. So I'm, and I need to get them in our system. So during the week, man, I'm like, where's the stuff? Where's the stuff, man? You got to get it to me. You got to get it to me. And then whenever the phone rings, I'm going, please don't make a change. Please don't make a change. Because if they make a change on something, then I got to redo stuff. And I don't mean to complain. I'm not complaining about it, but it's just like, I love doing the telethon itself. It's just, it's a nerve-wracking week. So, anyway. I cheated this morning. I did not make coffee. Because I got up, like I said, I got up late. I jumped in the shower. Got down here at 15 minutes to go. Turned on all my lights. Sat down, got my thumbnail done. Hit the live. Did my socials. Good friend, Dr. Elo is here. So, yeah, I'm Grimskull. If you're lurking out there, tuning in for the first time, I'm a graphic artist, motion graphic artist for a local TV station, and I do, a little bit of graphic how-to knowledge stuff on this channel. Buses, yes, long time no see. Long time no see. How's it going? How you doing? How you been? So it's just a kind of a Saturday morning caffeine chill. I'm gonna kind of, COVID. Well, that probably wasn't very fun. I'm like you at least made it through it. So cool. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah. Yeah, here we get it. It's not fun. It ain't fun, So, good. I'm glad you feel better. I'm gonna kind of do some cleanup work on Xanthi's stuff. I'm gonna kind of create because the last stream I was talking about graphics for your videos, and I kind of talked about why you need some nice looking graphics for your stream and your video. And I'm going to make sure that I've got some assets for Xanthi. So I'm just going to kind of go through that. And I had gotten her graphics package. I was going to make her a logo package also. There's Xanthi branding. I think what I'm gonna do, because she needs thumbnails. Needs some thumbnails, so I'm gonna take our thumbnail pick here. I'm gonna give her like 2 versions. I set up my branding templates in Photoshop with the artboards so that I can have all my elements in one place. It usually creates a bigger file, but it makes it so much better to keep things compacted. And then you could just drag elements between the artboards. One of my favorite songs here in this playlist. By Epidemic Sound. We're just gonna listen to this. I'm sure Elo will sympathize. Stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. All right, that's enough dancing. More like a head bobbing, We do head bob them. We don't do dancing. I don't give a fuck. This has that Rammstein feel, Rammstein. Du hast. All right. Let's go. All right. All righty. So, like what I did with her YouTube header, I kind of want to mimic that, but I'm going to leave an open space so that she can put... she has Photoshop, and she knows how to use Photoshop, so I could do a little bit more advanced I don't want to say advanced. I mean, yeah, it's you give her something that's a little bit more flexible than pulling it into Canva. That way, she always has to just, you know, she could take a quick screenshot, you know, and then put it behind this. So where are we? There we go. With the Shutterstock, I'm going to Control T. I want to scale it up a bit. Make sure it's constrained. I do kind of like the darker area because it makes that pink stand out a little bit more. I think we'll go about in that area right there. I'm gonna do 2 versions. All right, go grab my pen tool. I'm in Photoshop. Gonna grab my pen tool, and I'm just gonna kind of zoom in. You could zoom in with your mouse by holding down the Alt and then the mouse button. You can go back and forth zooming in, or you can use the Control plus and minus keys. I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to trace these hexagons. I'm going to try to trace the kind of shadowy areas. This song's got kind of that 80s kind of. It is synthwave, is what I'm. You know, kind of a synthwave playlist that I did. So, all right, and I'm just going to all the way out here, back around with the points. I've created a path, so I can actually go over to the paths tab in my layers channels paths, and I've created I can create a work path, save that path, that way I can go back and use it again. But while I'm in the path, if I hover over my little thumbnail there, let me change those thumbnails so you can see them better. A little bit better. This one, and hold the Control key, you'll see the little ant box pop up. I'm going to then click on that. It's going to turn that path into the marching ants or a selection. I'm going to go back to my channel. No, actually my layers, not my channels. Once I've got that done, I'm going to go down to the bottom to the layer mask icon and click it. And it's going to cut that out. I'm going to take that mask from the, because I created a second layer. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as is because I'm going to give her 2 thumbnails, 2 thumbnail templates. One that she can put a photo behind, like what I'm about to do here. When I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna make a copy of it. So while it's selected, I'm gonna hold the Alt key, and you'll see the double arrows pop up. I'm gonna move that over to this next artboard and drop it in. I'm gonna move that down to the bottom. There we go. Now I've got this great cutout to where, you know, you could put a photo behind it. I like, you know, that way she didn't have to worry about cutting out or removing the background or anything. I also want to go back and take this layer style, the pink. It has the pink stroke. There's my target. There's the layer that has the layer style. Again, I'm gonna hover over the FX icon here. That's your layer styles and effects. I'm gonna hold the Alt key again down, and then I'm gonna drag, and you'll see it does the same thing as a double arrow. I'm gonna drag it all the way up, and I'm just gonna drop it right on that one. And if you notice, it added that pink layer style, that layer. So that's cool. And then one of the things, because I did, let's see, I like that it's that big, but I'm going to move it over a bit because I think it's taking up about half, and I only want it to take about a third. And so luckily what I did is I left enough of that hexagonal background pattern where I can then just scoot that over. Well, thought I did. I am wrong. Oh, I know it. It's may have to do with my there we go. No, it's there. It's there. See, it populated. Sometimes it does that. Silly me. All right, I'm gonna move it back over just a little bit. All right, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to also steal some elements from some other places. She wants to say she's live. Maybe I'll put it in the corner there. I want her logo too. So we're going to take her logo. I always feel like, you know, in your thumbnails, you want to have your logo. At least, you know, logos and whatever branding you're using, you definitely need. And if you have to dip out, Dr. Elo, I understand. Have a nice hike. Get out, breathe some of that clean, fresh air. I think maybe my kid wants to go. She's gonna go get her hair colored, so I think I'll drop her off and maybe I don't know, not come back to the office for a bit. Now, I'll probably end up giving her a Photoshop. Nice Photoshop version of this so she can, you know, create what she wants. But I'm just going to add some of the common elements that we have. When you're working with text in Photoshop, good keyboard shortcuts is like you see there's a lot of spacing there, right? That's the leading or line spacing as they call it. if you select it all, you can either go over to your character panel and next to the font size is the letter spacing. You could use your mouse. You see the double arrows that pop up there, possibly really small, and you can drag those back and forth, or if you're like me and you've got all your panels are closed and you're busy, you don't want to sit there and take that time, you could select it with your text tool, hold your Alt key, and use your up and down arrows. If you want it to go fast, you hold your control key and Alt key at the same time, and it'll do it in larger increments. If you just hold your Alt key, it does it in smaller increments. But yeah. Now, and I want it to be a little bigger, so I'm going to hold my Shift and Control key, because that will... And when you do that, you'll have to go back in and fix your line spacing a bit, so holding your Alt key does that. Now, if you want to increase the spacing between your letters with a keyboard shortcut, hold your Alt key and use the right-left arrow keys. And that will increase or decrease the line spacing. A lot of people, they just kind of, this is kind of a pro designer tip. A lot of people will take whatever font they use, they'll just, put the text there, and just leave it, and not pay attention to line spacing or, letter spacing. And if you want your stuff to look sharp, look at your line spacing, tighten it up a bit. You don't have to have your letters touching, but, you can tighten your spacing up. If a lot of times you'll notice there is big gaps in some letter combinations, and you can go in and tighten those up with your letter spacing. Like between A's and Y's, and that's a big culprit. So vlogs and tutorials. I'm gonna grab this little bit of white text down here. I'm just gonna say the headline, sub header, I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger. It looks small now, but I mean, remember these things, if you do them right, they're gonna, if you're in YouTube, you can put these thumbnails on ahead of time, and that is that'll be the main screen when people are waiting for your stream to come up, right? So it'll be big, because this is I believe this is a 1920 by 1080, or let me check. I will check. I will double check. See that I hit the return, and the line spacing, or the line spacing is a bit much. So I'm going to go in there and you could even go like one of the things I started to do is, like, when I create my graphics, is so I kept putting the YouTube logo on the actual thumbnail for YouTube, and I was like, well, that's where people are going, right? So I was like, put it on your other, social posts. so that they know you're going to be on YouTube. Another indicator, but just just a side note there. I kind of like that. All right, let's let's go see what the size of that is. Color gradient. Properties. Yeah, that's it's a 1280 by 720, which is fine. Right, that's fine. I believe that's the YouTube thumbnail size. What is the official YouTube thumbnail size? Let's double check that. Let's double check that. You know, in the chat, just shout it out. Yeah, it is. It's 1280 by 720. That's the recommended size. The minimum width of. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, that's the recommended size. Which is weird because that I mean it. Boop. Well, I guess it's not too weird. I mean. I'm just looking at something real quick, adding a quick bookmark. Back to this. Oh, there, content creation. Banner cover. Okay. All right. I'm going to duplicate this by select the title of the artboard, which is in white, usually above it. You'll see these little plus signs open up. And usually they'll only open up, I believe, if there's space beside it. And I'm going to hold my Alt key. If you don't hold your Alt key, you'll see there's just the little four-headed arrow thing there. But if you hold your Alt key, it'll do the double arrow. That way, you can duplicate it. It makes a duplicate of it. That way, all the elements are there. Because what I wanted to do back to my layers panel. Created a copy. I'm going to rename that copy to just thumbnail 2. Right. And I'm going to get rid of her and put our regular background back there. That way she can, oops, you do that. I'm holding my control key. I want to select that logo. I'm going to hold my control key, see the borderline, and then click on it. That selects it, and then I can move it. Do the same thing over here. And this template is going to be one where if she doesn't want to do a picture or anything, she just has to go in and, change the headline. Maybe I want to move that down there. I want to make this headline center. Maybe I'll move this live over here. Maybe. All right, let's do the 2/3 rule. Put this in like the third. It'd be like also the third. I want her to be able to create a larger headline if she wants to. All right. Can I? As I haven't done this yet, and mainly I've exported stuff out as just the flat files, flattened images. Let's see. I believe you can. I'm going to select those. I'm going to right click on them. I'm going to export as SVGs. Nope. Okay. Because I want to save them as PSDs. I don't want to save them as flattened files. But it's only going to let me do that PNGs or whatever. So I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to say I'm going to save this. That'll keep everything together still. I'm going to save that. I'm then going to say file, save as. Now again, this is going to be a bit more advanced templates for someone who has Photoshop and not necessarily Canva. I will, however, once I do this save, create a blank background and included, because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to create a 3 thumbnail artboard template, one that has all the elements in it, and then I'm going to have one that's blank, so she can export that out as a blank and then pull it into anything she wants, any other editor she wants as her background. In fact, what I may do is try to go into Canva and create a template and see if I can't share that with her. I should be able to, right? I mean, that's another kind of idea I'm having to generate revenue through this, is create Canva templates for folks that take their graphics, create Canva templates, and then they can throw a couple bucks at me and I'll create some Canva templates for them to be able to go in and then just edit the text, right? Sounds like a good idea. All right, this is Xanthi. We're gonna call this thumbnails. Save. Okay. Then I'm gonna just select all the ones I don't need. Trash. Yes, delete those artboards. Gonna down to here. Gonna delete those artboards. Okay. Now we just have our two. I'm gonna drag this one up here. I'm actually gonna rename this top one to, can I do it through the properties? I can't. Double click. Supposed to be able to double click on the layer name. That'll work. Double click on the layer name. Symbol. Everybody drink. I should have bought another one. What I should do is call my kid to come and make me some coffee. All right, bro. You leaving? You outie? All right, man. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. Have fun on your hike. Have a good Saturday. If I don't see you Sunday, again, have a good Sunday. Well, have a good Sunday. All right, buddy. Take care. Don't forget your bear repellent. I don't know. You're not going anywhere. There's bears or mosquitoes. Take your mosquito spray. Your bug spray, man. All right. We will definitely. Take care, man. Later. That's Dr. Elo, folks. If you want some streaming knowledge, please go visit Dr. Elo's site on YouTube. Also, his website's Ask Dr. Elo. He is a great guy, fun streamer, teaching you how to do the content creation. I've learned a lot from the man. Very supportive and always appreciate it. Just go check him out if you need help with being confident in streaming. And he does great gear reviews. If you're looking for equipment and just not sure, go check out his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of info there, and it's always fun to sit in on his streams, because we have a lot of great fuck the tech moments. So have a good one, Dr. Elo. All right, so we now have got our two main ones. I'm going to say thumbnail, no photo. Thumbnail with photo. Going to then hit that. We'll move that artboard down. I meant to hold my Alt key. Boom. All right, and I'm gonna pull that down to the bottom. I'm gonna rename that blank thumbnail. And in that one, we are just gonna just delete all this stuff that we've done. Turn that layer on. There we go. Blank thumbnail. Got a blank thumbnail. We got a thumbnail with a photo. But you could turn the photo off, and she could put anything she wants in there. And then we'll have another photo. On the WordPress logo. I'm going to copy that. Copy image. I always have problems sometimes with, yeah, is the bear. Yeah. I'm going to go in and paste. Oh, yeah. I'll make this Dr. Elo's theme when he comes in next time. I'm going to paste this. Sometimes pasting stuff, like you can go to Google and pull up the images, and then you can copy, and then, or you can save an image. I don't recommend doing that with photographs and stuff, but if you're looking for logos, you can do that. And then you can paste them into, but my problem is when you're copying, the PNG does not save. It does not save that, transparency. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to hit the save image as. I'm going to save it over to Xanthe. Let's see. Logos. I'll just save it. Create a logo folder for her and save that there. She does WordPress and Elementor tutorials. I highly suggest going and checking out if you're interested in creating a website with WordPress or do I not? Surely I have one. I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed. Xanthe, if you're watching this on the replay, I'm fixing that right now. In fact, we're going to do something. We're going to do something extra special. I'm going to go back and open up the branding. I'm going to open up the branding and I am going to go up here to the full cam. I'm going to create a different one, and I am going to create the Xanthe full screen CTA. I feel ashamed. I feel I've let you down. I'd have a call to action, but you know what? I'm going to make you a special, very special call to. The do is delete all of that. All of that is gone. Then going to go back to this thumbnail over here. I grab all of that. I'm going to drag it up. It didn't. Drag it up to the full screen, Xanthe full screen call to action. I'm going to drop it in there. Boom. All right. We are going to a little bit of cleanup here. These two, I'm going to go those. I'm going to T. I'm going to pull that. Oh, there's a little bit too much there. Now let's do it from the center. All right, let's keep going. There it is. All right. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to grab this stuff down here. Maybe. Grab that. Control C. Back up here. Can we go back? Come on. All right. I'm going to copy that. I'm actually going to get rid of that headline and this one here. I'm going to do vlogs and tutorial. Nope, nope. Buses, you still around? You just hanging out? You still lurking? Doing some kind of speed creating here. I want her logo big. Big logo. Big logo. Big logo. Maybe, okay, let's go back to just the one line on this. Vlogs and tutorials. I'm going to put that live right there. Click, shift, click. Yeah, that's got him. I'm going to put it down just a bit. That down just a bit. I've got a logo, my WordPress logo in there. Xanthi, this is special because I forgot. I didn't mean to forget. It's not that I'm, you know what I mean. Oh, what happened? We reset workspace. Okay. I close that. I can close collections. I can close filters. Don't need that. I'm going to clients. I'm going to logo or Xanthi logos. I think now I can. I'm going to make that white by double clicking on the layer, bringing up the layer styles, color overlay, check that box, select it, and then change it to the color you want. I'm changing it to white. Oops. I want an Elementor logo. Which is an official Elementor logo? That's my question. Let's go to Elementor. Elementor.com. All right, yeah, we want that, yeah. Transparent. They don't have a stacked version. That, I don't. It's heartening. Icon, PNG. All the logos are too small. Too small. Hey! What's up? The Jazz Show. How's it going? I'm doing well, sir. How's your Saturday morning? All you lurkers out there, if you haven't watched the Jazz Show, I highly recommend it. And forgive my focus. I get focused when I'm doing stuff, so. Formula One. All right. I will have to go check that out. The Jazz Show, that they put on big productions, in my opinion. Big shows. That's going to be on Twitch. Or are you going to restreaming on YouTube also? Multi-streaming or just mainly on Twitch? I know you do stuff on YouTube because I caught you the other day, but I believe most of those other shows are on Twitch, right? If not, feel free to throw the link in there. Not a lot of people watching at the moment, but on the replay, they may see. All sports content is Twitch. Yes. Okay. Good. I was having fun watching you play the Call of Duty World War II, because that just brings back the memories of the day, back with the older versions, back in the early 2000s. I remember like that. Was that there was the Half-Life mod that was based in World War II, and then there was 1942. All the previous World War II, first-person shooters that I used to play a lot. Yeah, it was bringing back some great gaming memories. One of these days, I'll get back into gaming. I actually picked up my guitar again this week. to try to get back into it and maybe start doing some of that, you know, rocksmith or just, you know, playing. I'm not a musician by any stretch of the words. I mean, you know, in high school I was in marching band and I was in the drum. You know, I was a drummer in the marching band. I was taking guitar lessons with my kid and everything like that, but you know, it's more of just kind of a hobby to get away from everything. But I have fun at it. But you know, when the whole, you know, pandemic thing started, I quit going to the lessons, and I kind of fell off the wagon, as it were. But I picked up the guitar again. I picked up my Gibson, my Les Paul, and a string broke. I was very sad. So then I picked up that guitar instead, my Gibson Explorer, and started playing. And yes, my fingers hurt. My fingers hurt. And they have this great. You didn't see the guitar when I pointed at it, did you? You didn't see it because I was pointing at it. Right here. Well, there's my Les Paul. I played that, but there's another guitar over here. That one. That guitar. That one doesn't have a broken string, but anyway. Jen! So happy to see you. It's been a little while. I mean, you caught the end of the other stream the other day, you know. The Jez show is here. I'm kind of really happy about that because you know. Yes. I love my new my kind of extended, you know, friends, you know, that I've it kind of went from Bobby J to Nova, and then from Nova to Jen, and then from Nova over to Alex, and then from Alex, I think, right? I see the Jez and Alex's stream always be chatting. I love it. It's like, you know, it's slowly going from A, B to C, and there's people that I love hanging out with and coming to look at their streams, and now they're coming and kind of, you know, hanging out with me. I appreciate that. I can't tell you how much. So thank you guys for taking some time, just even if it's a few minutes, even if it's just for a few minutes. I really appreciate popping in. Hopefully you get some entertainment out of it. I was working on my friend. We're part of this thing called the Creators Guild, which is kind of like the Jez show. The network thing you've got going. It's sort of like that, but we're just a group of creators that kind of get together and are very supportive and helpful. Talking about content creation and helping each other with content creation. Xanthi here, you see on the screen, Xanthi Sakura does WordPress tutorials. I'm creating graphics for her channel. She streams on Facebook and on YouTube. But I'm creating a quick call to action here to kind of promote her stuff on through my stream. But fun person. If she pops in, be sure to say hi. But yeah. Again, anyone who's lurking, you want to see some a fun show, go check out the Jez show. And Jen does the best stealth streaming I have ever seen. In fact, if you go to her channel now on Twitch, you will see some of the best stealth streaming. That's the joke. That's the joke, sir. That's the joke. She not necessarily streaming, but it's like she's a ninja streamer. I'm trying to get her to stream. Maybe you can help me. I'm sure everyone has kind of encouraged her to do it, and I'm just playing my part. It's like, Jen, you're fun. You're no, hey, I don't know what time it is over there, Jez. For me, it's like it's still only it's like 9:14, and I haven't had enough caffeine. So yes, I totally get it. You know. But Jen does the best stealth stream. We're gonna get her there. Someday we're gonna convince her to. All right, let me get back to finishing this up. Again, thanks guys for it's 3:14 p.m. But yeah, yes, totally get it. I'm gonna finish this up. I got about 45 minutes till I gotta pop off here, so I'm gonna finish this up. Again, thanks for hanging out. Let's get back to this real quick. So Xanthi, my good friend Xanthi, does WordPress tutorials. She also uses Elementor, and she builds web pages. And I'm looking for a logo. I'm looking for a better logo. I like that WordPress logo, but I need an Elementor logo that looks, that can match. But I don't think this is going to be it. I'm going to save as. All right. Let me grab that out of that folder. I'm going to pull it into Photoshop. Oh, I need to set that. There we go. Pull that into Photoshop. That's really small. I don't like how small that is. And it's not the right logo, so let's delete that. I don't want that script logo. Let's get out of Canva. We're done with Canva for today. Go back to the logos. Transparent. This is their correct logo right here. That's their correct logo, but it doesn't look transparent. I may have to, I don't know, do some Photoshop work on it. That one looks too small. That one has that's the wrong logo. Gosh, they are just not making it easy today. That's only about 200. That's only about 300. This one's, that's not very big. That's bigger. That's what she said. Well, I think, okay, I'm just gonna have to, we're gonna have to go for this one. I'm gonna go for this one because time is of the essence at the moment. Sorry, my chat was covered up. Anybody got any great weekend plans? Sounds like the Jez, did you use Elementor for a while? Yeah. What do you use now? Or have you weaned off of page builders and do you get into the code? I used to do web page design about 8 years ago. And before I was doing web page design, then I got out of that doing motion graphics for a TV station. Use UX Builder now. Yeah, getting back into designing my own website. I jumped on the Elementor train. It's a really good tool. It's a really good tool for people who kind of, aren't code savvy. There's a few tools out there that are pretty good. I'll have to look at UX, the UX builder. There's what, DV also, DV, Davi, DV. I think we've got that. I want to go back to, there we go. All right. So I'm going to pull this in and it's black. I don't want it to be black. So since we're in Photoshop, I can double click on the layer. I could go to the colors overlay, make sure it's checked. I already selected white once, so it's already white. That's good. It's nice and big. That's what she said. Oh, I'm sorry. A little bit inappropriate this morning. I want these logos to kind of match. I don't want one to have the text and the other not to have the text. That's my OCD kind of thing, I guess. So I'm going to, let's Control T on my WordPress logo. We're going to scale that up by I hold my Alt and hold my Shift key down. You may not have to hold your Shift key down. Photoshop did that thing where they made it so you don't have to hold your Shift key down automatically to scale things. That threw me off because I'm always used to holding the Shift key down. So I went in and changed that back to the legacy way of doing it, I guess, because I'm just used to doing that. I'm gonna go up and select the ellipse marquee tool. I'm then going to hold my Alt and Shift key down, and I'm going to create an ellipse around that WordPress icon there. And then I'm going to go down to the layers panel and click on that little mask tool, and just gives me my WordPress logo. Now I've got two nice icon logos, and let's align that. I think that should. Nope, that's going to sit there. We're going to have to eyeball it. Let's eyeball it. I'm just going to select that Elementor logo and then just kind of do a quick nudge with the down arrows. I think it looks all right. Looks all right there. Control 1, Control 0. I don't want to get that more in the frame so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. That looks better. Yeah. I'm going to select both of those. I'm going to move them up just a bit. Oop. I want to add a plus symbol. And I'm going to kind of do that the easy way because I want the font to match. So I'm going to select my vlogs and tutorials text layer. I'm going to hold my Alt key and then drag down, and you see the arrow, the black and white arrow. That means I'm creating a duplicate. Now I've got a copy of that. I'm then going to go and Control select over that text. Actually, no, I'm just going to go back to the layer, select the copy. I'm then going to nudge it down with my arrow keys so you can see it separated. If I hold down my Shift key, it'll move it in bigger increments. Words. I'm going to say plus. Plus. Let's size it up a bit. Or scale it up, size it up, scale a bit. I'm going to increase the size. I guess that's the English language. If I double click on it and it selects it in the layer panel, I can go up to the top bar and you'll see there's this color swatch here. I'm going to click that and I'm going to drag it over to the white because I want it to be white. All right. We're almost done. Almost done. We are in her branding templates that I created for her. I'm going to go to the website call to action graphic, and I'm going to copy those two elements, the visit and her website design logo. I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to make sure I've selected that artboard, and then I'm going to Control V and paste it. And then it pasted a copy. I'm going to move it down here. With them both still selected, I'm going to Control T, and then I'm going to hold the Alt and the Shift key, and then drag it so that it makes it a little bigger. Boom. I kind of want to center all of that stuff from top to bottom, so I'm going to, within that artboard, select all those elements, and then I'm going to, oops, I selected too many elements. I don't want all the elements. I'm dumb. I just want those. Let's look from the visit all the way down to this vector object here, which brings me back to one of my rules. What is that? That is always rename your layers when you're working in Photoshop. You know, so I'm going to say Xanthe logo. That way I know what it is. Are there any others in there that, okay, like this vector smart object? We're going to say Xanthe website logo, and the way to change layer names is to simply double click on the layer. When you see it selected, that like in blue, you know you can now type the new name in. I'm just gonna look through here. Groups are very good. Yes, that's sort of what I've done here too, right? I'm using the artboards as groups, but yes, you can go in and like Jez was saying, we can select the visit and the website logo and Control G, or you can go down and hit the folder icon to create a new group down here, and it will group those. Right now you've got those two things grouped. Again, we're going to say visit website. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Jez. We can also do that with the background layers, right? We can select those even though the one is not visible. We're still going to group that. And then we're going to Control G and name that background. All right, so I've got her a nice call to action. So yes. Select all those. Going to just nudge that up, the arrow keys, maybe nudge it over a bit. Make it look nice and centered. One other thing I want to throw in here. Because she does it both on YouTube and Facebook, so I want to let's find where was that? Where was that other one? Right, Facebook icon. Then I want to get the YouTube icon. Because she streams both on Facebook and YouTube. So under this live here, I put the icons. give people an indication that she that's where you can find her. Open up Bridge, Facebook. I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Might have to get the circle one that I have down there because it has the white in it. So I'm gonna do that. Let's do that. Because that has white in it, and that's what I really want that. I really want that. Okay, but where is it? Where is it? Is it way down there still? There, it's not even on the right one. All right, we're gonna click on it. We're just gonna. I think I gotta go up. One of the well, it's in there, right? There it is. It's up there. Now I've got. No, that's the old one. No, that's the YouTube one. I can't see today. Jazz, you're contagious. Okay, there we go. Quick call to action that created for my friend. Why is my sister calling me? I'm kind of busy. We'll have to call you back. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. I am going to I'm going to save this. Always be saving, folks. That's another thing. Always, name your layers and always be saving because you never know when you're going to get a power hit. The white screen of death comes up. You're working on a project that's overly bloated and it's taking up too many resources, and your computer goes, "Yeah, I'm not going to work anymore." And if you haven't saved, there goes all that hard work. All right. I'm actually going to go to. This is one of the things I love about this is you can click on any of your artboards and right click, export as. I'm going to export that as a JPEG. I'm actually going to put that in my live elements, the live assets. Should have a call to action one somewhere, but I don't see it. We're just gonna save it where it is right now, and there we have it. Did a quick call to action one. I'm going to save that again. I'm going to close that. I'm going to go back to the thumbnails that I was working on for her. A thumbnail template. Hit save on that one too. She has Photoshop, so I'm going to just give this. I'm going to give this to her as a Photoshop file, so that she can use that as she sees fit. One of them is a template so that you can put any kind of screenshot photo of herself in it. One with the text without a screenshot in it. Xanthi, there, everybody, there she is. And I'll just show you really quick, Xanthi, now that you're here. I just yes, I just created this, which is gonna go in my my call to actions. Because apparently I don't have a call to action set up in Stream Elements for you, and I feel really bad. I might have. I just didn't type. Maybe I didn't type it in right. Chatbot, chat commands, custom. Yeah, I do. I know why I didn't. I did have that in there. We need to change that though. The doggos, it's the dogo time. So the doggos are getting ready to go outside. You can hear the barking. I've also created I've got you some new thumbnails. I'm going to send you this. I'm going to send you this Photoshop file. We have a thumbnail with no photo. No photo, so that you can change the header and the subheader. You can add a picture, any kind of other icons or pictures. Hit the logo. All right, so there's that one. Then I have another one. You're going to like this, all right, because you see your picture there, but that's just a placeholder because you turn that off, right? And in the bottom layer, you could put, do a selfie, upload it, take a picture, then put whatever picture you want, in that, up in that, up there, right? And then there's the obligatory blank one that you could do whatever you want with it, of course. Not that you couldn't made that yourself, but it's, So there we go. I've got those. I kind of want to do one other thing, which is, can I move CTAs? All right, we're gonna try this. You couldn't what? You couldn't, I couldn't. You couldn't what? What couldn't you do? You can do anything you want, Xanthi. Boom, you can. All right. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Again, my philosophy is Michael Jordan did not just pop out being able to fly through the air and slam dunk on people. He Yes, the live can be, you can remove it. Yes, I'm giving you that as a Photoshop layered file. Everything is editable. Yeah, it's all editable. So, but Michael Jordan couldn't dunk on people. He spent hours, thousands, millions, thousands. People do have talent, but that talent can be developed. I'm sure anybody else in this chat will agree. You can develop those skills. Now, what it comes down to is, do you have the time? Do you have the time, or do you have the passion for it? There's a lot of things I have passion for, like guitar playing, but I never seem to have the time to put into it, right? I could probably be really good if I spent more hours at it. No. You keep saying no. Yes, I do know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I am going to get rid of all these. Need those for now. I'm going to create a folder called... Did that create a folder? I thought did it create a folder? Group. Not where I wanted. Logos. I'm gonna move the Xanthi logo into there. The border. There's the panel. I'm going to say logos. I'm going to move that logo into there. I'm going to move this website logo into there. I'm going to name it Xanthi website. We're going to say just going to name this text. No, I just want to name this. This is text layer. Okay, Xanthi, while you're here, so I'm going to be sending you a Dropbox or Google Drive link with this in it. It is a group of thumbnails for YouTube. all editable, right? Instead of giving you like all this into one artboard, I think it makes it simpler to give you like, you know, the one, you know, you have the artboard with the photo so that you can go in and just, you know, pull in your photo that you want. And you may want to clip this, you know, clip this at some point, that once you get your logos or your thumbnails the way you want, we're going to focus in on this one, right? And this one is the thumbnail with photo. Yeah. Once you have it set the way you want and you want to export it, right? And you want to, you want to select the artboard, and it's just like selecting a layer in Photoshop, because an artboard is just another collection of layers. Right click, export as. Export as. And just make sure it's selected over here. It'll tell you if it's a JPEG, the size and all that stuff. You can use PNG or JPEG. It doesn't matter. Just JPEG, quality 100%. Just make sure the image size is the same size you want. Leave everything else the same. Export it and then save it, rename it and save it to where you want, got it? Yeah. And there you go. And that's how you'll do that with everything else. The CTA template, that border's there. I don't need that. We don't need that because CTA panel border. I don't need that border. Okay. Same thing with the CTA panel. If you want to create a new one for any reason, go in and put whichever logos you want. And the logos are all, smart objects, so you can, size them. Yes, question. The CTA template, you're going to save it as a PNG. Make sure it's a PNG. A mask layer. Okay. I'll go over that real quick. All right, so we have our layer here. I'm just going to go find something. All right. So we have this like great looking synth wave background, right? And then we have our let me just use this one other image that I did the other day. A great example. And then we have this image, right? Okay, so we got 2 images. And this is kind of simple, right? So we've got our background image, and then we've got our image. But you see it's got all this white around it, and sometimes, you'll see those images where there's stuff going on in the background too. You can, using Photoshop or, other elements, we can use the selection tools. In fact, I think I want to go to, the magic wand. And with Photoshop, you can select the subject, but you can select it in a variety of ways. You can see the marching ants around it because I hit select subject, but you can also, use the magic wand to select, if it's a shade of color. Say this guy's on a background that, is got all kinds of other stuff going on. You could also use the quick selection tool, which is like a paintbrush, and you can paint in him, and it will sit here and make selections as you drag over. I don't know if you could see that. Anyway, you're going to end up making your selection, right? I am going to cut and paste that whole thing into this one. It's really, really, really big. So now I've got these both in that same Photoshop file, and I want to get rid of the white. So I'm going to select all the white. Because I selected the white, if I try to mask it right now, it's just going to cut that guy out. See, now that's kind of a mask. That's a negative mask though, right? Once I create a selection, I can hold Control-Shift-I, and that will turn that selection to where now if I create if I click the layer mask button down here, or if I go up to layer and layer mask, so used to use the button, I don't know how you layer mask. Anyway, masks cut out things you don't want shown. So I've created a mask to mask out the background of the scary dude. And they're tricky. They're tricky sometimes because, you got a lot of areas that, you go in and need to select. And you could add to them and subtract. Yeah. Yes, hopefully I said that in a way that you understood. I am, hopefully. Yes. And remember that I believe it's white reveals, black conceals. Let me open that back up, right? I'm gonna do this layer mask on this guy again. And I'm going to make it a big panel. So you see the layer mask to the side, right? And there's a little lock. If you unlock that and select the dude, the subject, And basically what that does, let's say you create a circular mask or a rectangle or some sort of mask, and you want to move that subject so that it has a certain area. I have it locked, so now when I move them, the mask and everything moves. But you see all that black and everything out there. Now let's say, like I said, I did not do a good job of masking. I want to get rid of this fringe stuff. You can select the layer mask itself. You don't have to unlock it, but if you white reveals, right? Because the white is showing and the black conceals. So remember, black darkens things. White is like light and shows things. So you can grab your paintbrush tool and you can go in there and make sure you're on black, and then this is the tedious way of doing it, of painting out these areas. Or you can go and select them with the magic wand, holding the plus key and selecting those white areas. And then you can hold I believe it's the Alt and then hit backspace. Yes. Alt and backspace will fill with the foreground color, but make sure you're on your layer mask, or else it'll do it it'll fill black on your actual image. So that's it. Quick and dirty, right? Quick and dirty. Layer masks. All right, we're still doing some cleanup. We got logos here. Got a couple of this logo. Oops. I'm going to get rid of that text. Oh, I didn't mean to get rid of all of it. I just want to get rid of visit. All right. And I'm going to size this logo down just a little. These can be resized. These are all smart objects. So you can, Control T and make them small, or, scale them back up and they'll hold their thing. But I'll leave the text and everything there. But it's all editable. All right, I'm going to save that. One other thing I'm going to do. Do I have time? No, I do not have time, but I will do that later on this afternoon. My kid is going to drop my kid off to a hair appointment thing here at but yeah, I will get these up on Dropbox or a Google link for you, Xanthi, and then get them and DM you the link, and then you'll have a nice set of thumbnail templates and a call to action template that you can then create what you need on your own. And with that, I am Grimskull. I am Grimskull. If you found anything of value today in what I do and want to help support my channel, buy me some sushi at buymeacoffee.com/Grimskull. It's not required. Just a good way to support the content. And if you feel you've got anything of value of it and you want to support my channel, yeah, it'd be much appreciated. not necessary because I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And come join me. Come join me and hang out. The Jez show was here. Xanthi, thank you as always for showing up. Jen, I really appreciate it showing up. Dr. Elo was here earlier. Also, Buses, who had COVID apparently, had kind of re-emerged. But thank you, everybody, for taking the time out of your day and coming to hang out with me this morning. And I hope you had a good week. Go enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have fun. Do something. I will be back here in the morning. Even though tomorrow is the Easter Seals rehabilitation telethon, which will start at noon, so it may be a short stream because I'll need to be getting ready for that. But again, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Everybody go out and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace.